Hello guys, and welcome to another exciting video, and today I'll be showing you how to generate an access token using the Safaricom Daraja API. I know sometimes it can be a pain in the butt, but I will try illustrating it in the simplest manner that I can. Now, the tools that I'll be using for illustrating, or the framework that I'll be using, is the Nodejs framework, but I will try my best to do my research and do some videos about some popular frameworks like the PHP Laravel and Python Django and some popular frameworks that people use. Now, for starters, I will be illustrating with Express.js, which is a Node.js framework for making APIs and backend infrastructure. Now, without much further delay, let's get into it. So I had installed the Express package. So if I open my package.json, as you can see, it's simple. It only has that one package, which is Express. I won't be installing or doing a lot of configurations about this. I will keep it as simple as I can. Now, let me go back to my app.js and let us initialize an Express project. Now, I will go ahead and require the Express package. So I will create a constant called Express. Then I will require the package, just like that. Then it's Express. Now after that, I will create another. I will call it app, then call the Express factory, just like that. Then I will make it listen to port 3000. So you can put any port that you know that is not in use in any processes in your machine. Then as an option here, I will pass in a callback that will be executed when it is successful. So I will log, then I will type listening on port 3000, just like that. And then without forgetting, I will create a middleware that I will say app.use the express.json. So this is because we'll be using the API styles of making requests. And before I forget, you also need Axios or any request sending package that we can use to make requests in the Daraja API. So I will go ahead and install Axios for making requests. So npm install Axios. Then let us wait as it completes. Then after it has finished, now we can test and see if our application is working good. So I will go and type node app. So if you're experienced with Express.js, you can write your own scripts and install nodemon for hot reloading, but I'll be using the simple node runtime to run my application. So I'll type node app to test my application, then enter. As you can see, it has successfully created our server. Now the next step is to create a route whereby we will send a request to the Safaricom API and return an access token. So I will create a GET request. So it will be a GET request. Then I will pass in the endpoint. For example, I will name it out. So you can name it as you want. Then as an option, async. Yeah, just like that. Then it takes the request and the response, just like that, and we'll use an arrow function. So inside here, before we make a request, we must have two things: the consumer key and the consumer secret. And how do we get this information? So go on your browser and then open the Daraja API. So if you don't have an account, you have to create an account. Then after creating an account, you can go in my apps over here. So these credentials, we get them from the sandboxes that you can see here. So you can create a new sandbox, or you can use the existing ones. So here is where we'll get our secrets, our consumer key and our consumer secret. Now for demonstration, I won't use these sandboxes. I will create a new one. So you can create a new one, then I will name it for example test 2. Then for example I will tick the Lipa na M-Pesa sandbox. Then I will create. Then we wait as it creates. So as you can see, it have created our new sandbox over here. So as you can see here at the bottom of these cards, you can see there is a consumer key and consumer secret, but by default they are like hidden. But if you want to see the whole information, you can just click on the eye over here. It will show you the thing over here, the consumer key and the consumer secret. Now I'll go ahead and copy the consumer key. So copy it, then I will go back to my editor. Over here we'll create a variable called a constant called consumer key, just like that. Then it will be a string. Then I paste that like that. Now, and the next part that will require is the consumer secret. So consumer secret, like that. Then it is equals to, then I go back, no, I will go back here and copy the consumer secret over here. So copy it, then I will come and paste it over here. Then let me remove this space over here. So we have those two crucial information that we need. Now with those, we can go ahead and make a request. So before doing that, let me require Axios. So const, I will name it Axios. Then I will require the package, require Axios. Now, in order to make the request to Safaricom to get the access token, we have to go back over here, then over the API and the authorization tab. You can click on that tab. Let's go. Then this is the link or the API endpoint that will generate the access token. So you can copy it. Then if you're familiar with Axios or Fetch, you know that you can do something like Axios.get, or simply you can just do like that, because it will default to a GET request. Then I will paste in the link that, or the endpoint that will generate as an access token. Now the second parameter is we have to pass in some headers, some HTTP headers. So we'll type it that just like that, headers. Then I pass in another object nested inside. Here we will need like a string, a buffer, a base64 string to pass in as the header. So if I can show you, it requires the authorization key. So you can type authorization, then over here, and it will be a basic authorization, just like that. Then we have to generate that base64 string that I've just told you, and to generate it in JavaScript is quite easy. So what I will do, I will come here and say const, let me name it auth key. You can name it whatever you want. Then I will create a new instance of the buffer object, just like that. Then dot buffer, then dot from, just like that. Then you type you have to type exactly as I'm showing you here. Then I will bring the backticks because I'll be using the ES6 template strings, and then $sign, no $sign. Then I will pass in the consumer key, then here is the full colon. This is important, you have to put the full colon over here. So consumer key, full colon, with no spaces, then another $sign, then a pair of braces, and then the consumer secret, just like that. Then as the second, you can say not parameter, but you have to put a space over here. So if it's like that, you put a space, then $sign, then you pass in the auth key, just like that. But you have to remember it has to be a base 64 string. So you can append to string at the end, to string, then base 64. Yeah, this will work. So this is the exact code you have to write to generate a base 64 string. And this auth key this is just a combination of the consumer key and the secret key. Now, as you know, Axios is an asynchronous package, so we have to use promises. So you can use .10. So sorry, I can use .10 like that, or you can use async await, but let me illustrate with .10 callback. So .10, we will expect let me say response. Then after that, I can return res, so the response.json. So let us return a JSON. Then over here we'll put response. So if the operation or the request goes successfully, it will return a large object whereby it will contain some information, but the most important information is the access token. So over here we'll write response. Response is the object that will come back. Then there is the data object inside it. So this data will contain the access token. Then if this operation executes successfully, if it doesn't, so you can catch it. So .catch, then pass it an error. So it will, you pass the error, then I can say res.json, let's say err.message, just like that. So this code will generate, as if we are lucky, it will generate an access token. So it's simple. So if you want to generate an access token, so you have to have these two, the consumer key and the consumer secret. Then you add them together into a base 64 string as I've illustrated. So you'll use the buffer object inside JavaScript. Then after that, you can make a request in this endpoint. And I've shown you, if you want to get this link, you can come here. Then over the APIs, authorization, then this, you copy this over here. Then the second, you have to pass in the headers. So header, then you pass in the authorization key. Then it will be a basic one, space. So keep just one space or a single tab. Then you pass in the auth key that will be generated, which will be a base 64. just like that. So let us test our application. So I can create a new tab over here, then localhost. But if you have a tool like Postman, you can use it. But I'm illustrating with the browser in the case that you don't have the software. So localhost for 3000. Now let us navigate to our endpoint. So it's /auth. No, I've mistaken. So auth. Now what's not happening? How did you name? So it's a GET request and it's /auth for 3000 /auth. What's happening? So let me check it. So app.get. Oh no, I've forgotten something because I'm using just Node. I'm not using NodeMon. So my server, I have to stop my server, then restart it again. So Node app. So don't forget doing that, as I've forgotten. So but the easier way is to use just restart your server, then go ahead and test. So let me /auth. Let us test. Now the request failed. Why? Let us see. What? Oh yeah. Authorization. So I had misspelled this one over here. So I'm sorry. Then let us test again. I've forgotten. I have to restart my server again. So it's good to use NodeMon. Now let us test again. Yeah. Now as you can see, we have our access token. So it expires in 3,600 milliseconds. Then yeah, just like that, we have our token over here. Now as you can see, it's not quite hard. So this is the first step. If you want to deal with the Daraja API, you must have an authorization or an access token. So and it's simple, just like that. And I will try doing some more videos about the Daraja API. And if the video has helped you, just subscribe to the channel and leave a like and share. And if you have any question, just leave it in the comment section. Now just to interrupt, I have some things that I want to clarify. So as you can see, I'm using just some bad practices over here. I'm just exposing the keys. So these keys, remember, they must be in an environment variable, but I stored them here for just simplicity. But you must store these secret keys inside the environment variables in order to avoid being compromised by hackers. And yeah, just use the good practices. So it's just a simple illustration. Now it's just like that. So see you in the next video.